Rambus is back. Not a typo from 2002. Rambus has announced PCIe 6 subsystem. They're positioning to third-party hardware manufacturers. The PHY spec for this system includes support for CXL 3. Chips are capable of cache-coherent memory sharing, expansion, and memory pooling. And one of the major selling points for manufacturers is that they don't need to spend valuable time designing a bus that can handle 64 gig of throughput, since Rambus built it already. So a Rambus story that doesn't involve patent trolls. What do you think, Tom?
Hold on, let me do my best Obi-Wan Kenobi impersonation. Rambus. Now there's a name that I've not heard in a long time. A long time. Now, it's exciting to me because, as you probably heard, if you watched any of the videos from Tech Field Day last week, or if you are subscribed to the new Utilizing CXL podcast, spoiler alert, you really should be subscribed. There's a lot of stuff that's going on in CXL, and I think it's super exciting because it's giving a lot of people opportunities to iterate and build around some interesting things. And this Rambus story is a really exciting way to look at it. What they've effectively done is they've built an IO subsystem for systems on a chip. Why is that a thing? Well, it turns out that there's a lot of R&D that's going into the system right now. And that's hard to do. Like we kind of take it for granted today with the dearth of things that are going on out there, whether it's a mobile phone SoC or whether it's a DPU SoC. A lot of that engineering is a solved problem. So we just take the thing off the shelf and put it in the phone, and we, make it, 5% faster and have 10% worse battery life. But in reality, we're looking at PCIe 6, which is, way fast. Like, the quoted spec is 64, it's 64 gigabits per second of throughput, but if you look at the spec, it's actually 64 giga transport operations. It's quit making up things, guys. This is a lot of throughput, and when you're dealing with things that small, it's difficult to deal with. Now take that and explode it across a bunch of devices for CXL support. Now it gets really hard. And Rambus said, hey, guess what, we figured this out. So rather than going and doing your own R&D, just buy ours. And so I think that that's going to give people a lot of opportunity to kind of plug some pieces off the shelf directly in there, know that it works, and have the support of Rambus to be able to patch out any issues and things like that. So you can just kind of iterate. It's almost like, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, it's almost like the cloud, but for CXL. Why build it yourself when you can pay somebody else to do it for you? So I'm going to be keeping an eye on this, not just because if Rambus really is back, it's time for me to break out my Doc Martens and whatever else I was wearing around the turn of the millennium, and get back to some cool old-fashioned stuff. Yeah, get off my lawn, kids.